As it pops, it throws itself at you, doesn't it? How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. My name, in fact, is Doug Rice, the one, the only. Here this morning, ready, set, to go. A lot going on, a lot in the news this morning. I've got some gems. I've got some good shit. And you know where my mind is before we even start, because it's all over the airwaves. The media is covering it, and the irony, the hypocrisy, I'm going to say it, the malevolence, the hubris. Sean Hannity. Everybody give him a hand, yes? No? Sean Hannity, yes? Yes? Hypocrisy and insincerity. Oh my God. The pretense, the falsehood, the fakeness, the phoniness, the lie. I mean, and the motherfucker ain't even got the gonads to stand up and say, yeah, motherfuckers, what? No. They got the goods on this dude. Okay. Pretentious, fake-ass mother. Disingenuous is what it is. Criminal, seditionist. This dude is everything. He's a traitor. He's a traitor. He's like, and you know, folks are looking into his face every fucking day by the millions. Sucking up the vomit that comes out of his putrid goddamned mouth. Believing Hannity's lies day in, day out, just inhaling it like it's goddamned air. And he turns out to be a fucking scumbag that now is hiding like so many will hide until they don't have to hide anymore. And Hebrews, you better rue that goddamn day. Good morning, Doug Rice. 6:03 in the morning. It is, I believe, Wednesday, the 5th. Tomorrow is the day. Boy, let me tell you about the gargling, the Listerine. I'm gonna wrap a towel around the neck. I'm gonna fucking Vicks Vapor Rub, motherfuckers, tomorrow. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. In a really cool way, with some rapier wit and narration of the 1-year anniversary of the day that Cassidy lost its fucking mind. Everybody up to speed? Good. All right. So let me get the shit up and running here. Hopefully everybody can hear me. If you can't, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but I think you can. Goodness gracious, gosh almighty. I hope this will work, because I am having a hell of a day. All right, so bear with me, folks. I got to get some shit here. Ooh, boy. All right, so I got a problem with just my display. It's a little too large. I can't get the shit, so I got to take that shit down a little bit, and then I close this up, and you're seeing yet again the beauty. The beauty is good. Now we can sign in. All right. All right, so everybody good? I'm good. Everybody good? Good morning. No sneak preview today. Grand Rising, Courtney. How you doing? Did you see we now have a new variant called OHI? I did not know that. What's OHI? Go ahead, tell me. Was it OHI? Damn. You know, listen, can we just tell the truth? It's just you and me in here for it right now, Courtney. We can talk, right? It ain't affecting us, baby. You need to stop. We know who it's killing. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah. Moving on. They're losing their minds all over the world about, mandates, and I dig it. Right on. I'm at home. I'm at the house. I intend to stay at the house. I work from the house. Everybody want to be out? Be out. But get used to being in. I'm way ahead of the curve. But it's no big deal. No, I didn't hear about that. OHI. Wow. Is it a joke or you just messing with? I don't know. Good morning. Either way, thank you so much for that info. I hope it works out. So Hannity, man, look. What am I supposed to say about this dude exactly? What are we supposed to think? Who's this? I mean, and quite frankly, why isn't he drummed off the air right now? That man should have no job. All of his ads should be pulled. His shows should be canceled. He should be a fucking pariah. The liar. A pariah liar. I just don't understand the you know, how folks are able to just manage to, you know, slip through the cracks. There is supposed to be a press conference today. Merrick Garland is supposed to be holding a press conference. And I suppose he's addressing the lack of movement that so many of us recognize. And I guess he's going to come out and say that he's a badass and that he's doing shit and he's got a secret this and a secret that. And nobody gives a fuck because ain't nobody in jail. And ain't nobody in jail because ain't nobody looking like me. He ain't doing no mass arrests of individuals and throwing the book at them like he do with black people if we did the same goddamn thing these motherfuckers did. Don't fucking blow smoke up my black ass and tell me I get 30 days for invading the capital of the United States en masse with other Negroes. We get 30 fucking years. Those of us that lived through it. So now we got, you know, their cream of the crop, those that they look to for information, turning out to be just horrible, abhorrent, vile, lying, scumbag pieces of shit. For the world to see. It's like the emperor having no clothes. That's Sean Hannity, Mr. Sharp, bald-faced fucking liar. And look at him. Nowhere to be found. Made Trump cancel his January 6th anniversary speech because the hypocrisy rose to high heavens. I'm waiting to hear what this clown has to say. And what's more intriguing, I'm waiting to see the population that listens to him accept his fucking bullshit lock, stock, and barrel. Ready to swallow Sean Hannity's garbage all the way down. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they're going to do. Whatever weaving tale he decides to tell, all of the folks that listen to this lying piece of shit, they're going to believe what he says. That's how bad it is here. Sean Hannity is an expression of how bad it is because they've gone beyond the point of no return. That's why civil war must occur at this point. They don't listen to me. To bring to justice all those involved in the insurrection would mean the end of too many powerful people. They're not going to let that happen. So they're going to fight. And I'm telling Hebrews to stay the fuck out of this motherfucking melee. Do you hear me? You let them fight this shit and you back the fuck off. Crazed ass motherfuckers that they are. Fighting over fear. And meanwhile, exposing all of their falsehoods, all of their lies, all of their deceit, their delusion. You know, for Negroes to see. And isn't it odd that so many of us are calling their asses to account these days? In positions of judicial power, looking up the asses of these motherfucking powerful bitch-made motherfuckers. Oh, happy day. I wonder how they're feeling now. Oh, yeah, they're going to fight. They're going to fight. They got Marjorie Taylor Greene, their spokesperson, fomenting all kind of racist, white, nationalist bullshit, looking the perfect part. I see that motherfucker everywhere I go. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I see her everywhere. It's a fucking trip. You know? And we Hebrews are surrounded. We are surrounded and alone. We are on enemy fucking territory. We're in enemy ground. And you better understand that shit, man. And if they're not proven every fucking day with their interaction with us, from their children to their adults, who and where the fuck Negroes are in this country, I don't know what to tell you. But don't you get involved in this upcoming bullshit, because they can't get out of it. And they're armed to the teeth. From 200 million to 400 million guns in a 10-year span. All of it going in their homes, ready to give to their children to go to their schools and murder each other. You stay the fuck out their business. You hear? Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. I am Doug Rice. It's 6:12 in the morning. It is the 5th of January, and I'm giving you sound goddamned advice. You hear? Look at them! What you think they're getting ready for? I mean, they can't, to correct this, to really bring all of this into focus and bring it under control, Merrick Garland would have to go about arresting nearly 30,000 people. I'm going to just use that liberal number. He's going to have to lock up tens of thousands of people all at once and put their crazy fucking asses away. Charge him with sedition of the Patriot Act. You're locked up for life, and good goddamned bye. That's the reason shit is about to pop off, because he can't do that to white folks. Yeah, I said it. Good morning. 6:13 in the morning. This is the Doug Rice Show. I am, in fact, Doug Rice, the one and only. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please be sure to hit that notification button. I don't know if it works or not, but for God's sake, I hope it does. I did not do a show yesterday, 6 p.m. My voice was giving out. I was very, very busy. I had a lot of meetings. I was extremely busy. You adjust on the fly when you do things, especially when you try to commit to do things like this. I'm sure everyone can understand that this will come at a cost. So, if you enjoy what I do, if you think I'm getting better, which I believe I am, I would not do this if I had no ego. That would be stupid. But if you enjoy what you look at, what you hear me talk about, for God's sake, support this effort by clicking on the links in the description as well as the informational page to the Doug Rice Show. Just a soft tap. Only because, well, first, I'm going to pay taxes on that. I got to, right? Second, I'm not a minister. I'm not tax-free. And, most importantly, we're going to have to support one another in the end anyway. You'll see. So what we got? We got our normals. We got our usual shit. First, let me do my shout-outs. Make sure I got everybody on lock. Oh, how we doing? Anthony Baker, good morning. Queen Nia, good morning. Altaria Hall, hope I hit that just right. Good morning. And Trailer, good morning. Thank you, hearing me loud and clear. Calvin, I believe the mention of your name brings shudders to the outside world. I don't know you, Calvin. I was just saying that. Good morning. So, you guys know the format. The format is pretty simple. My job is to wake you the fuck up. I know you're woke. I know you know who you are. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. You're Hebrews. You're Israel. You are the lost tribe of Judah. What do you want to call yourselves? Negroes? Fine. I don't care. But whatever you call yourself, know that you are unique and unto yourselves a special class set apart by the Most High God Almighty. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. Do not believe that the people who now occupy our home are original Hebrews. They are not. They are converts. Many a time I've seen reporters in Jerusalem and walk up to Ashkenazi converts and ask them pointedly, do you truly trace your lineage back to King David? And 90% of them go, nah, we don't. We come from Europe. I've heard a few of them say, nope, the original Jews were black. Few of them have gone so far as to make videos that implore Hebrews to come home. You are the Hebrews. Yeah. I'm not coming home until God says it's time. Kingdom comes and all, but I appreciate your sentiment. Please keep in mind, folks, that we are involved in a transitional point in history. The end of one era, the beginning of another. This is why they are losing their minds. I never go too close to that subject because, hey, I don't want to help them along. But understand, as Hebrews, as set apart, we were never meant to mingle with the nations. We were never supposed to mingle with the nations. We weren't supposed to do the things that they do. We weren't supposed to practice the things that they practice. We were separate, a separate nation in the middle of the desert, surrounded by the same enemies we're surrounded by now. And I'll say it as often as I need to remind you, how the fuck you got here tells the goddamned tale. Don't let all the other tribes be so proud of their struggle to get to the American shores of freedom, opportunity. And then permit them to tell us, you need to just forget how you got here, folks. Well, we beat your ass. Get the fuck out of my face. Don't tell me how to think. And don't tell me what to think about myself. You mind your goddamn business and leave Negroes the fuck alone. Which is my mantra. So, what do I do? What do I do to justify this attitude? I look up 2 search words. Black news. Anywhere. Google. MSN. You get the same results. That's why. And then, the only preparation done is I find those gems. Those tidbits. Those captivating headlines that tell me something interesting is below. And that's how I prep. Minimize. Go live! Where you see the logo. And then we do this. So, let us bring the first tidbit of information into the fore. Shall we? Take my hand. All right, here we go. Oh, that's a nice logo. That's so nice. I like that logo. All right, so this caught my eye. I thought this was hilarious. So I guess you're gonna be mistaken for somebody and whatnot, okay? But this dude lost his little mind. Jason Derulo. He fights 2 men in Las Vegas after being called Usher. What the fuck? Really? You got into it because somebody mistook you for Usher? That's some cold shit to get in your feelings. But would you Usher got like a past or a history about missing something? So here's the deal. 2 guys come up to him. It's dated yesterday. Jason Derulo got into a physical altercation with 2 men in a Las Vegas hotel after being called Usher and cursed at by one of the men. The altercation was captured on tape as reported by TMZ. So, do we all look alike like that? I mean, like, wow, just call me, Danny Glover, or you can call me Denzel. I'm going after the big stars. I mean, if you're going to mistake me for somebody, motherfucker, don't let it be Usher, please. His lyrics are abhorrent. I wonder why it was cursed out. I mean, maybe the kids are listening to his lyrics. I don't know. Camera phone footage captured Derulo coming down an escalator at the Aria Hotel Casino in the early morning hours Tuesday by being flacked by a bodyguard. The R&B singer was seen turning on the upward escalator, seeming agitated. As Derulo made his way back to the elevator, the man yelled at him, "Hey, Usher! Fuck you, bruh!" At which point, Derulo snapped. At that point, Derulo swiftly turned in the man's direction, lunged toward him, punched him in the face. Several people. Well, he's now a millionaire. Wow, what a perfect plot. I mean, was it like orchestrated? Because it sounds as if it was an operation. We got Derulo coming down. We got bodyguard left. You yellow. Usher up in full effect. And go. Up, punched in face. We have jackpot. $5 million split 3 ways. That's good fucking money, baby. He's gonna pay. So I thought that was cute. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I mean, you know, you get mistaken for, hey, Usher, fuck you, bro. Oh, I'm glad I'm not Usher. If he was here, I'm sure he'd punch you in the face. What? Why get mad at that? If he cussing you out, hey, Usher, fuck you, bro. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, it's not Usher. But Jarrell, see, that's in your fucking feelings all day. He walk around like a fucking exposed nerve. Jesus, don't ask him what time it is. He might go upside your head. I don't know. Usher, what time is it? Oh, God. All right, I just thought it was cute. How's everybody doing? Good? All right. I can be lighthearted. I don't have to have the heavy news all the time. I just prefer it. Fuck you. All right. So, Usher. You're mad because somebody mistook you for Usher. I'm okay. I mean, that's a bit. And then, well, look, isn't that kind of unhinged a little bit? Isn't that unstable? Are you taking your medication, sir? And if I were anywhere near your presence, would I, in fact, be the victim of an assault? At which point I would no longer need any kind of funding, and I'd be okay. But that aside, fuck's wrong with you, bruh? Take your fucking Ritalin. Jesus Christ. All right, Jason Derulo. Okay, so this is horrible. Oh my God, look at this one, folks. I'm gonna put this one in where it needs to be. For goodness sake, man. And it sounds as if it almost seems like I don't want to say something's happening or following anybody, but damn though, wow. So here we got George Floyd's niece, identified as person shot in Houston home. And yes, folks, you are reading that under headline. The incident that injured the, quote, the 4-year-old child. So George Floyd's niece just happens to be shot. We're sad to report the tragedy has yet again struck the family of George Floyd, the African-American man, no he's not, who was murdered by police. Thank you, not killed. In Minneapolis, Minnesota in 2020. Just 2 short and trying years later, 4-year-old girl named Ariana Delane, identified by news outlets as the niece of Floyd and a victim of gun blood. Shot Saturday at her apartment, still searching for the person, yada, yada, yada. What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, are none of us precious? Are any of us precious in our own fucking sight? If I just think about all the things that we hold dear as black people. Hebrews. And I wonder, just, some of the things that I enjoy, some of the things, we like our vehicles, I would suppose, I guess. And we like our animals. Black people love animals in most respects. I mean, what do you take care of that you find dear, that you consider a treasure? Take care of each other like that! Look out for each other like you're a goddamn endangered species. If we just acted like we were just a little different from every other fucking person around us that isn't a Negro. If we kept that in the forefront of our minds, we'd be oh so cautious in everything we do because we know that we're an endangered species, an at-risk class, motherfuckers. And they don't like it when we say that, when we think that, when we regard one another as royalty and treat each other as precious. We don't even have weapons in the vicinity of our 4-year-old Hebrew royal children. If we only treated ourselves as well as they treat their fucking royalty, wouldn't that be amazing? And it burns their fucking head every time I even attempt to put us on any elevated, on any kind of self-respect road. They don't want Negroes, particularly Negro males, to have any self-respect. Fuck them. You walk around this country like you're about something. But don't walk around this motherfucker like you've been here voluntarily. Don't walk around here like you came here of your own volition. Do not walk around this motherfucker like we came here seeking American prosperity. Because they sure as fuck treat us in the opposite manner, don't they? Like we're in the fucking way. Like we're residual leftovers. You got nerve to walk around this motherfucker smiling. I wish I would. Alright. 4-year-old girl shot at George Floyd. You'd think they'd at least consider maybe we should look after these folks. Alright, so for those of you that have just joined in, welcome to the Doug Rice Show. I am Doug Rice. There's my logo. You see it? Every day at 6 a.m., 6 p.m., you see me here, except for yesterday, which I made up for at 7-something. But I will commit that you'll at least see me 2 hours a day at some point, somehow, some way, for God's sake, because you have to. And that's too short of time. If I could do 5 hours, I'd do it. If I could walk around, just Doug Rice Live, all day, exposing caucasity, I would do it. Hebrews deserve as much. We have 400 years to shake the fuck off. What? What did you think you were going to get tuning in here? If you are a detractor, if you are looking at this programming show, no, it's not a programming show, but if you're looking at this show, and you feel some kind of way, good. It's proof you don't belong here. Proof you don't look at me. I'm bad for you. I'm no good for you. I'm intolerant of right-wing white nationalism. And I'm outspoken about it. Also, I'm not fomenting any action. I don't want Negroes to make the mistake of assuming that the movies they continue to make aren't a reflection of their lives. Trust me when I tell you the killing machine that is caucasity is in full swing and prepared to do its fucking job. Don't you test these motherfuckers. It's not about fear, it's about caution. It's not about death, it's about preservation. It's not about anything having to do with being afraid of these motherfuckers. That's the fact. We're not afraid. But we can be cautious. And they're unpredictable. Hey, as bad as it is in Chicago, as bad as the murder rate climbs in Chicago, I can't help but think that just appears all to be part of a well-orchestrated plan. Don't you? I mean, Chicago has been going on for years now. It's a finite group of individuals that live there. For God's sake, I've had a solution in my mind for months. No one wants to ask me. I'm sure you have as well. This isn't an unsolvable situation. This is something that's being fomented. This is something that's being, well, cultivated. Something that's being fed. Something that's being done to offset those moments in time we all witness motherfuckers lose their minds, grab their high-powered rifles, and go on a random killing spree in their own communities. Something has to offset that. We need something at the ready, a go-to, that allows us to rag our fucking wrinkled little fingers right back at them and say, see? I know, huh? I have my moments. So, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button for God's sake. You want to be notified. You do. You really do. How's everybody doing? We good? Miss Hall, how are you? I didn't want to butcher your name. D-Ball71, good morning, shalom. How are you? Bushcraft Bandit Incorporated. Oh, God, I can say that shit. Bushcraft Bandit Incorporated. A name that will go down in history. I like that shit. Whatever you do, damn it, keep doing it. The name is good. Back at it, folks. Here we go. I like that. I do. Next article. Next reason for being. Here we go. So, I like this one. This was kind of cute. I thought this was nice. 27-year-old with doctorate in business was initially rejected by 25 universities. So, here's the thing. Instead of me reading that to assume that the universities are just dickheads, and I get that. Listen, you were doing something wrong, dude. Smart as hell as you were, fuck that. 25, and you now have a doctorate. There was a form, you missed a signature. It was a checkbox. It was something. I'm not gonna, no, 25 consistently, and now you got a doctorate? I mean, if that's like accurate, that's a warranted investigation on all 25 educational organizations on the entire institutions that rejected you. But I tend to want to just say if 25 rejected you, I think you might have missed a checkbox, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you got smart. No, it's racism. Yeah, we know. Yeah, they didn't want your black ass. What? It's not news. It's reality. And what do? You persevere. Of course you do, because that's what we do. What do you think our story is? Do you think our story is just black people are there? Do you think that's what it is? Do you think... Let me tell you something. When they look at us, they play our story in their minds, and it fucks their little heads up. That's why they're in the position they're in right now. That's why they're losing their fucking mind. Because our very presence tells a tale with instant precision in the minds of those who are a bit short-circuited in their thoughts. You know? I mean, you got to consider, the resiliency, the snapback of Negroes in the face of every kind of resistant, oppressive behavior, marginalization, mitigation, outright prejudice, bias, discrimination, and still we rise. And that makes motherfuckers nervous. It does. Wouldn't it make you nervous? There's nothing you can do to keep a people down. You kidnapped from another country to enslave. And still they fucking rise. Now, shit's a bit different about their energy, their attitude. Fuck's going on? I don't like this woke shit. They're paying attention. They see us now. What the fuck? We've got to stamp out history. Fuck you. This is what we do. We rise. We rise. This is who we are. 25 times. You think anybody else would have given up? 20? At 20, I'm like, fuck a doctorate. What? Fuck that. I don't need this headache. Nope. Look, this is why it's important. The reason it's important, because origins matter. I'm going to say that all day. Origins fucking matter. Their origins matter because they keep them in your fucking face. Okay? Our origins matter because they keep busting us in our fucking face. You better understand it. And I think the best way to get that goddamned grin off your faces is to have you understand and think back to the attitudes of this newly arrived slaves in this country and on the shores. I want you to consider them not speaking the language, not knowing what's being said, being treated worse than animals in subjugation to individuals who express the most cruel of manners and horrific incidents, castration, burning alive, lynchings, all to make the point that they are in charge and do what they say. Pick this, do that, shut up or die. And our call authorities to their position to enforce whatever rule you may have broken, perceived in their meddling little minds. Black man, a Negro, can't sit in his car, can't walk in a neighborhood, can't swim in a fucking pool, can't walk down the street without taking the risk of being identified and interacted with for the sole purpose of checking your fucking temperature if you don't have the corrective smile on your fucking face. Living under those circumstances, Hebrews, I must tell you, that is unacceptable. And the winds of change blow. Strong. Hard. They blow. We have a new wave of white supremacy and right-wing white nationalism masking itself in political ideation. And now we've got to face these fools after whatever happens, happens. Till kingdom come, we're here, trapped amongst them. Unpredictable, ever-changing. Presenting a face to us of normalcy and laying under that surface a racist hatred toward Negroes that shows its ugly head in the form of murder. At least every day. I don't know. Like once a month. They're consistent. So yeah, folks, I'm going to be here. And they're going to miss these little moments. Because as I delve into the narrative that, you like listening to from time to time, and then snap out of it and then say, what the fuck? So that they don't get the goddamned message. Let's move on. Next piece of news. My name is Doug Rice. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed saying it. Fuck yeah. All right, so thanks for graduating. We appreciate it. Your tenacity knows no bounds. So here's another thing. Now, this one caught my eye. Let me tell you why this was interesting, okay? So as Speaker Pelosi nears her exit, Representative Hakeem Jeffries is a favorite to lead the caucus. Jeffries would be the first black person in history to lead a chamber of Congress. Well, would he now? Oh, Lord. I mean, let me ask you a question. This is why I wrote this one here. I got this one here. We've had politicians in the government in this United States for what? I mean, at least 80 years, solid 80 years, at least one representative black person somewhere. Just the reason I say 80, I'm talking about like dog catcher in, bumfuck Egypt. That was like the first whatever, right? But we've had black politicians. Here he goes, set to be the first. Yet, with all the brothers and sisters, senators, congressmen, judges, politicians, activists, preachers, all the folks, leaning into the wind of caucasity trying to make headway. Motherfuckers everywhere, like Mr. Jeffries, all doing this, and yet nothing fucking changes for us here. We're living the same period of history we lived in the 60s, almost mirror image word for word. And now we're even recessing further back into history, going to the 1860s, trying to get into it. Nothing is changing for Negroes in this country with the representation of Negroes in the government. It still remains, because what happens with people like Jeffries is they get up there and they get in line. There is no Negro movement. There is no Negro opportunity. There is no that must be masked in a people of color movement. BIPOC channel. Negroes, in the infamous words of Vice President Kamala Harris. And so I'm not impressed. I'm not like, there's no hope in this. It's not as if he will represent Negroes in this position. No, he, as is instructed, must represent all of white America. Don't fuck with me, man. Don't fuck with me. Don't piss in my fucking ear and tell me what a glorious goddamn day it is. Fuck you, man. Are you kidding me? How much shit I gotta read? What the fuck we gotta do? Snap out of it! It ain't happy, happy, joy, joy, motherfuckers, and I don't give a fuck who's in charge. Black, white, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. It's all in opposition to the kingdom. I don't give a fuck if Hakeem, Cory Booker, all of them, they can become governors of the great state of Texas. I don't give two damns, because when you're there, you're pushing the narrative. You're making sure the agenda is go, and the agenda is not Negroes. The great United States of America, the patriotic fervor that so many people feel, All of that, when they talk about America, when they talk about the American people, when they talk about the American public, when they talk, that's all secret speak for white America and the ideations of white America and the furtherances of white America's intents. That's America. Negroes in America don't have an agenda. Not a real one. It's an agenda that is prescribed and narrated by those in control. If I see Reverend Al Sharpton one more goddamn day, it's something that happens to us, I'll vomit. Fuck your representative of us. Fuck you. I don't represent us to them. Don't you dare. Represent yourselves to us, for us. Don't go up in the annals of government, and I mean up in the ass of government. Wiggle your little fucking privileged hand, make them government giggle, and tell you're doing it all for me. You go fuck yourself, disingenuous bullshit. I'll corner him and make him say it. What are you doing for black people, man? You know what he'll say? Not a goddamn thing, because that ain't the agenda. If it were, we'd have had the reparations everybody begging for so fucking much. They got nothing for us, folks, and that's cool. They weren't ever supposed to have anything for us. I'm good. But don't tout him being the first black anything, because the first black anything ain't going to do anything for the first black. I'm Doug Rice. Reap it. I don't know. What the fuck you want me to say? Shit. Man, this ain't Live Station. This ain't the Live Show. This ain't the bullshit channel. This ain't the Stroke It program, motherfuckers. Hell no! Got too much material. Here we go. White neighborhood complains about New York City's racial and ethnic COVID testing plan. New York City health officials cited communities that have borne the brunt of this pandemic due to structural racism. You know what structural racism really means? It means we intend to do you wrong as Negroes. And please, no. I'm just going to stop it, nip it in the bud. When I say racism, I'm not talking about Hispanics. I'm not talking about people of color. I'm not talking about Asians. I'm not talking about anybody that ain't Negro. You know what? You need to stop with that bullshit. You really do. Don't you glom everybody into the sufferings of Negroes in this country? You go fuck yourself, man. You hear me? No. And it's not about we're special. That's not what this is at all. We are unique and especially set apart. That's for goddamn sure. You look at how they treat us here. So, of course, there's bias and of course there is. Because that's the plan of the fucking day. They're rising up to assert their right-wing white nationalism these days, folks. You take a look, and let me tell you something. The folks that are supposedly against this rise, they're not going to do shit. Because the folks like MTG are armed and ready. Folks like, I don't know, I can mention half a dozen of them that ain't going to do shit. Adam Schiff, I like Adam Schiff. Very knowledgeable, seems to be a decent guy. But Adam Schiff ain't going to bust a fucking grape. What? Adam Schiff ain't going to get in the dirt and get out. None of them are that are talking against what's happening. That's why what's happening is going to more likely succeed. Because some of them have the gravel and some of them lack gonads. And we get to watch. So yeah, I'm sure, this is par for the course, I guess. All right, so... And we come back full circle to Sean Hannity. Perfect example. Mr. Hannity, House Committee requests cooperation from Sean Hannity in the inquiry on the Capitol Select Committee asking for the Fox News host who sent texts to then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and others on January 6th. Let me tell you something, folks. He's neck up in it. But it's just odd. Nobody's going to jail. Nobody's getting arrested. Nobody's, I mean, the protesters, whatever, man. Fuck you, 30 days, time served. For shit we get third, fuck you. I don't need to see that. But the players aren't getting nothing. Nothing. And I dare say, folks, the reason this is important that we pay attention is because power protects itself. And the folks involved, I'm going to tell you right now, I have no faith in Merrick Garland. No, I think he's weak. I think he's a little weak man. Timid. And he's surrounded by Trump loyalists in the DOJ because Trump did the job of making sure they were filled with loyalists. I have absolutely no faith in him. If he shocks me, I'm cool. But short of arresting everybody involved, he ain't gonna do shit. And we in trouble. Because the movement, the momentum of this movement is what most disturbs me. The quickness with which it can just jump the fuck off. And short of putting this clown in jail along with the thousands of other clowns who follow him, Hebrews, gather unto yourselves, treat each other like royalty. For God's sake, forgive all wrongs. As a family of Hebrews, we have to just set it down for a minute. All the way down. It's got to go. We got bigger fish to fry. I'm Doug Rice. Welcome to Doug Rice Show. The voice is getting better. Yeah. 6:48, almost 7 o'clock. I'm Doug Rice. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to do a shout out to everybody. I hope everybody understands. I'm just, I'm a guy. I'm just sitting here. I want everybody to understand that, when I look at the facts, I know what's happening. You know what's happening. It's no need to panic. The kingdom approaches. God Almighty is on the way. I'm going to put it to you this way. If God Almighty is not on the way, all is lost. Take that, motherfuckers. What? If God's not coming, if the creator of heaven and earth is not on the way, we're done. You might as well just go and just done. We're finished. There's no recoup. But I know, everybody knows. Everybody knows God's coming. You feel it. Everybody knows. Aliens and all that shit. The creator of all things is going to be making an arrival, and motherfuckers going to get in line. People are going to get in line. A lot of people are going to get in line. People who never thought they'd get in line are suddenly going to be in line. And every mouth will declare that God is God. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be very, very interesting. All this shit, the momentum that everyone seems to be on, this earthly movement, this shit's going to come to a fucking screeching halt. But only after a few incidents. I'm going to run it down. You want me to tell you? Well, Revelation is a good book to start. I'll freestyle a little bit. Because it's basic. It's real easy, and now you can see. America is the great harlot, the whore. She does fuck around, don't she? She's now riding a dragon. Been riding a dragon for a long time while kind of dancing around with the bear that's right there. Now, if you ain't got no common sense, the dragon is China. And China getting about tired of the United States. And we ride China and enrich ourselves and use their production in every level in this country. Everything is made in China. They own this country's debt, the land. If they called in their markers, we'd be finished. Now the bear, Russia. Putin's just getting about tired. Motherfuckers in his business. And Ukraine is looking mighty tasty. Taiwan's looking pretty tasty to Xi. Whose name, I might add, is number 6, but we'll just move on from there. So, the United States has been riding China's jock for years, and China is going to turn on the United States and rip her apart. And that is exactly what's going to happen. if you can't see clearly that I believe China and Russia are just waiting to see the United States lose their shit. And that's the point in which they're going to make a move on us. And when I say us, I mean us Hebrews trapped amongst those getting made the move upon. We're not in this shit. I'd like to send a message to Xi and Putin and let them know straight up, Hebrews, Negroes in this country, we ain't got shit to do with whatever the fuck is going on. And whatever you do, stay away from us. I don't know how that might work, but dear God, I might as well put it out there. We ain't got nothing to do with this mess. Nothing. And any of you that do and claim the United States is your home and all that shit, well, you feel free, bro. I'm glad to know that. That's not going to change the circumstances. They're not going to stop killing you because you're patriotic. And at 2 o'clock in the morning in the state of Kentucky, in some non-discriminate jerkwater town, with a flag on your truck, you're still a Negro in the middle of the night to the sheriff that pulls your black ass over. And watch how much he appreciates your patriotism. What? I'm talking to Hebrews. This conversation ain't for nobody else. If you get in your feelings, get the fuck out your feelings and get the fuck out this room. All right, so what a good show. I enjoyed it. 6:53 in the morning. Look, it is what it is. Steer clear, Hebrews, please. Today, make it a point today to at least pay attention, to observe, watch, just for a little while. Come to your own conclusion and act accordingly. All right, that's it. That's the show. Okay, so I hope everybody enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed doing it. I'm going to continue to enjoy doing it. Everybody, please like, subscribe, and share, as well as hit that notification bell. If you like the effort of the Doug Rice Show, please support my effort clicking on the links in the description or the info channel, or the about channel. I'm trying to get it right. Sorry about missing yesterday evening's show. I will do everything I can not to miss tonight's show. I just was very, very tired. You folks stay safe. Remember, you're one Hebrew family. All right. I guess that's it. There's nothing else to say. All right. Wait. Oh, yeah. Almost forgot. Today, 5th of January, 2022. Tomorrow will be the 1-year anniversary of the melee that started the Doug Rice Show. But today, it's 6:55. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if your day is just starting. I don't know. What I do know is this. When you go out of your home, when you go out of your house, when you leave safety, domicile, be aware all around you is caucasity. It's ready. It's waiting. And all I ask Hebrews to do in this country, trapped in the penal colony for Negroes of our own design and making, built by the sweat of our brow and the blood of our eyes, I suppose. But as you go outside, risking life and limb, not sure if you will return, every day out there. Keep in mind, ladies, gentlemen, brothers, sisters, Hebrew. Keep in mind that you are not safe. And the only thing that might keep you safe is to maintain a serious countenance Be sure, Hebrews, one and all, as you go out, immediately get that goddamn grin off your faces. All right, well, that being said, at 6:57, you guys try to have a good goddamn day, okay? Head on a swivel, right? Head on a swivel. All right, bye now. The Doug Rice Show. The Doug Rice Show. Outro music. The Doug Rice Show. Everybody, the Doug Rice Show. Ooh, the Doug.